Hello, I'm Charlie Johnson with Maverick Boat Group, and today we're out here on our Cobia 320 center console. And we just want to take the opportunity while we're out here fishing a little bit to do a walkthrough and show you the boat fully rigged out and a fishing sort of setup. First thing to note, this is, as I said, it's a 32 feet long, 10 feet, 3 inches wide, and it's just a superb use of space. As we move around this boat, note how much room I always have to move around in and how easy it is to get to things. First off, up here in this bow area, as I said, this is sort of fishing mode. We have the cushions off here. It allows you to walk all the way forward, straight up to the bow area. It's a level deck there, so there's no steps or anything like that. What's really nice about this is not only does it allow you to get to your windlass, all your stainless hardware, 316, oversized cleats, your bow light, that sort of thing, but it also allows you to get around the bow of the boat very easily when you're fishing. If you're fighting a fish that maybe runs around the front of the boat, I can easily reach around here like this. If you have a fish that runs off towards the horizon, I can get up front and we can give chase very easily. Also note back here, you have this grab rail around the whole edge here. Very, very easy to get to, very easy to reach, but at the same time it's completely out of the way, so there are no obstructions. Once again, that's very nice when you're fishing. Also very nice when you're at the dock if you need to tie up or anything like that. Also USB ports throughout the boat, cup holders, can't ever have enough of those. Plenty of storage forward here. We have these full of gear here for cameras, whatnot. As we move further aft on the 320 here, I want to show you a couple creature comforts. First off, notice we have a level flush table right here that's electronically assisted, lifts with the touch of a button, as you can see. That can raise up to be a sun pad, so you can fully cushion this out for a great place to lounge in the sun, or it's an exceptional place to cast from as well. And then if you bring it all the way up, it is a great place for a picnic table for enjoying lunch or something like that up forward on the bow here. So we talked a little bit about the fishing mode of the bow here on the 320, but I wanted to show you once we put the cushions in here and how nicely this is laid out. First off, you have this almost hidden backrest that you pull out and put right in here, lean up against it. I'm 6 feet tall, I have plenty of leg room here. It's just a very, very comfortable place to sit on the boat and take in the surroundings. What's really nice as well is the fact that it moves completely out of your way very easily. Stays out of the way so you don't have anything to bump into or anything like that. So one thing we're really particular about at Cobia is lots and lots of storage and lots of dry storage and storage that's very easily accessible. And it starts right up here in the bow of the 320. This big floor hatch. We have a bunch of stuff in there. You could put tons and tons of gear in there, and you can see it's nice gasket, big drain, locks tight just like that, seals completely dry, so very, very dry storage. Moving back to the console, I want you to really take note of the exceptional design features here. First off, this nice big cooler right here, the day's worth of drinks and subs in there with plenty of room to spare. Also, nice cushion package here. This is the tricolor with the waterfall stitching. There are 3 color options here. You could also do a gray and white color option and a 2-tone tan, or just your standard white cushion package. But very nice cushion setup there. And then really, you want to look at this huge opening into the head here. Walk down head, 6 feet 2 inches of headroom, as you can see. Plenty of space in here for me. Sink with Koyan countertop. Electric macerated head here, huge closet area here, even with hangers for a jacket or something like that. You have access behind your vanity mirror to your back of your helm station there. Very nicely laid out, easy to get to. Yeah, excuse me, and tons of your breakers right here. So all your main breaker switches to right here to be able to reset the breakers. Very easy, well labeled, easy to get to. As I walk aft here, notice how much space I have. We have a grab rail close by, always grab rails close by, but tons of space here. Even if I had 2 people, it'd be very easy for us to cross paths. Note also more storage right here. This is the same storage that we have on the other side of the boat, on the port side as well. And this is an insulated box, so it can be used for fish, but We have such huge fish boxes, I'll talk about those here in a second, that typically this would be used for all kinds of storage. We have bumpers in there right now, for instance. And moving further back, once again, big oversized 8-inch cleats, 3/16, midship cleats there, more rod holders here, and then to the back side of the helm, which is really exceptionally laid out. If you see this, we have dual 16-inch units in here. Allows us to do exactly what we're doing here. We're reading the bottom on one unit, and then we have our maps up on the other unit. See, backlit switch panel here, Cobia switch panel with very well labeled. In the dark, those shine so you can see exactly what buttons for which, or for what, excuse me. Obviously, Yamaha binnacle setup, tilt steering helm, that is standard on the boat. Upgrade Yamaha dash right there, autopilot if you want to do that as well. Very nice feature up here. We we have it loaded with gear right there because we're out fishing, and that's exactly what it's used for, just things that you need to get to quickly, but you need a storage space for. Compass there, just a very nice look overall. You can color match it to the side of the hull, or really what other color do you want. We have this gray, which is very nice. It sort of cuts down the glare and really allows everything to pop on this dash. But cup holders, everything's within very easy reach, very ergonomic and laid out well. As we move back to the helm seat area, I just want to focus on this for a minute because it really shows the attention to detail that's in this boat and the great design features, all the thought that went into just every component. First off, really nice, you have these cup holders right in here between the two seats. It's very convenient. You have the independent bolstered helm seats that move back and forth, so they adjust to your size, your comfort level, however you want to sit, whether you want to sit up in the seats like this, all the way back. You have independent armrest here. All you have to do is drop that like this and sort of pull back. That's sort of in lounge mode, I guess you'd say. And then you push it right up here, and then it functions as a perfect leaning post. Another nice setup about a feature of this, actually you get your batteries right through here. Very easy. Just drop down. There are your batteries. You can see they're all labeled. Every wire on the boat is labeled at both ends, so you know exactly what you're looking at. So it's very easy for maintenance wise. And then also note, as I put this back up, all you have to do that, you have independent footrest, which is really nice. So that way one person can have a footrest down and one person can have a footrest up. So that way you don't have somebody who has the footrest at the back of their legs if they don't want the footrest down. As I move around the T-top into the cockpit area, first off, look how big this is. Got couple long paces to get all the way to the helm tackle station area between the transom. Tons of space to move around. You could easily have 4 people back here fishing. It's also very nice as you have this whole area set up here, so your tackle is very accessible. Trays in here, we have leaders, that sort of stuff in here. More stuff in there. Here's where you'd have all your tackle boxes. And you have this nice almost table area for a great workspace here. Also, if you open this up, you see you have a little cubby there where you can throw gloves, pliers, that sort of thing in. This has a freshwater sink in it as well. So there's your freshwater. Nice to rig off baits that you just use, or rigs that you just use, excuse me. Put that back in here, and you have a cooler as well. So that's a great place for your baits, ballyhoo, whatnot, or just drinks as we have them in here today. So everything is right at your fingertips, very easily accessible, right where you want it to be. You don't want to have to run back up to the front of the boat to get things when you rig or in the middle of fishing. So everything's here. You can just camp out right here and watch the baits. We talked a little bit about our storage, and also I mentioned the fish boxes earlier, but I want to really spend a little bit of time here on the fish boxes. The fish box is just not a fish box. There's really some things that need to be thought about when you're designing a fish box, just like this one. First off, friction hinges on the back side so the lid stays up when you want it to stay up. It's very important if you have a big dolphin or tuna coming in on the gaff. You don't want to be fighting the lid the whole time. Easily comes up, stays up out of your way. Notice the big deep lid truss in here. That keeps water, if you clean the deck, soap, that kind of stuff, keeps that from getting down into your fish box and soiling your fish. So that's very important as well. Big drain back here. You have the gasketed lid, so that keeps the water out as well. And then this fish box is 55 gallons. You have another 55-gallon one on the starboard side as well. And you can see this right now, we're planning on filling this up before the end of the day. But I think you can see we have 3 20-pound bags of ice here with tons of room to spare. So big enough for just about anything you're going to throw in there. Let's spend a minute on rod storage. So we have 20 rod holders back here. That's between the gunnels, the gunnel rod holders. They follow all the way around, down around the transom, and then 9 rod holders on the rocket launcher here for the T-top. So you really have tons and tons of room for all your rods. Here we have spinning rods. We plan on doing a little trolling today. We're going to use the outriggers on those, so we have some conventional gear as well. We have bait rods up here. Also, you have under gunnel rod storage as well. Also works great for gaffs or long handle brushes or that sort of thing. So you're never going to not have a place to put your rod on the Cobia 320. So again, we talked about sort of the wide open cockpit we have back here, but what I want to touch on is this seat, and it's hidden away, which is really nice because it protects the cushions from any kind of blood or hooks or anything like that. But you can see how it transforms into just a great back bench seat, very easy to pick up and put down, just about the most comfortable place on the boat. But oftentimes these seats are really hard to manipulate and just really don't work well at all. That's not the case at all with this one, as you can see. Super easy to do. Goes right in, flips down, completely out of the way. Now you're back into fishing mode. So I talked about ease of maintenance a little bit, and check this out. This giant electric hatch back here allows you great access into the bilge area as we raise it up here. Also, not only can you get to the bilge, you can get to the back side of all your live wells. That sort of thing also allows you great access to your fuel filters. Another very nice feature of the Cobia 320 is this inward opening side door. All you have to do, pull that up, flip this over, go ahead and pull that latch like that. That's what seals this to make sure that you get no water coming in. Very tight. And there you have it. What's important about the inward opening is the fact that if you think about when you're at a dock or something like that, if you have an outward opening door, that gets in between the side of the boat and the dock. It's just really not a great setup. This flushes completely away, completely hidden, allows perfect access in and out of the boat, either for if you are boarding or disembarking, or you're pulling aboard a big fish, or just getting in the water to swim. You have an optional ladder that goes with it right here, plugs right in. Perfect place to get in and out of the boat from the water. We talked about access to the bilge area. Here's where you get access to the pumps. Actually, you can see the standards of a pump box system on this boat. What's very nice about that is you have redundancy in your pumps. So if you do have one pump go down, you can very easily switch a valve and pull off another pump. So you always have an auxiliary pump working for you. Also, because the pumps are always submerged, this prevents any kind of air locking issues or anything like that. Also, because you do have the valve system here, you're able to control the water flow and end up, if you have the right drain system like we do in these live wells here, completely make that live well to 100% pressurized, which keeps that water from sloshing around, keeps those baits always in a very stable environment, and helps them live much longer. Another important feature of the live well system on this boat is that we have 2 live wells, each 35 gallon apiece. So that's 70 gallons of complete capacity. You have tons and tons of water for your baits. To pump a lot of water through this, it gets exchanged so the baits last a very long time, very lively. And also in having 2 live wells, it allows you to segregate your baits. Not only if you just catch a whole bunch of baits, you can put them in 2 different wells and sort of make sure that all of them have that great oxygen flow. But at the same time, if you have 2 baits that conflict, you can separate those out, which in some cases really is important. As we finish off here on the Cobia 320, take note of this very nice walk-through door, transom door, also people call it. It's fiberglass, very thick, robust part, just looks very nice. Also seals really well here, so it keeps all the water out. So a lot of things people don't think about is this opening being nice and wide, so it's easy to get through like this. And we get back here to our covered ladder. This whole area is easy to pass through and get in and out of the water. And then we'll finish off. On this particular boat, we have twin Yamaha 300s. We can max out it. We can put twin 350s on this boat. With the 300s, you have 275 gallons of fuel on board, so tons and tons of range. top end about 55 miles per hour, but really great cruise, very fuel efficient boat. So obviously we're back at the factory here. This is a different day. But what I wanted to show you is how we've upgraded this windshield setup. First off, notice the piping here, elliptical piping. Fits very nicely into the console itself, sort of recesses in, so it's a very seamless piece. Fits all together very, very nicely. Also notice how we drop in a polished acrylic windshield here, full wiper. Also we have an electric actuator as well. It makes for just a really great windbreak when you get behind the helm. So now I'm back behind the helm and I'm completely out of the elements here with the optional windshield setup. Makes it very, very nice. You can talk to your passenger without all the wind noise, that sort of thing. Keeps you from getting very wind blown. But what you also have here is this pneumatic vent. So it allows that air to get in, still ventilate, keep the area nice and cool, but you stay out of the main wind flow. We appreciate the time you spent with us today on the Cobia 320. If you want to learn more about the boat or any Cobia, please visit the website at www.cobiaboats.com or visit your local dealer. You can go to the website to determine that as well. And we're going fishing.